Yo, this is New Jack, the original gangster, and right now you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. Believe it. If you don't, I'll stab your ass.
All right, and we are joined by the Pitbull, Gary Wolfe. Welcome to In Your Head.
Hey, how you guys doing? And to everybody out there listening, what's up?
Cool. I'm doing good. Inchman, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, sir.
Cool. And how you doing?
They call you the 1-inch arm. Is that because your arms are 1 inch?
The 1-inch bicep. It's
just
insane.
the bicep.
It's a shoot gimmick. All right, you got the big show coming up July 22nd, this Saturday in Philadelphia. It's East meets West, global warming. You got a big match for Z-Bar, and that's for Pro Wrestling Unplugged.
That's right. We got a lot of guys from Japan coming in, from Dragon Gates Promotions. We got Too Cold Scorpio on the show. We got Annihilation. We got Corporal Punishment, Corporal Kirchner. We got Trent Acid, Cashmere. We got a lot of guys on the show. It's going to be a very good show.
Yeah, definitely. You got the big match versus Z-Bar. Have you wrestled him before?
I've wrestled in the tags before against him, so he's a very good wrestler. I got to give him that. He's like an Arn Anderson of wrestling. I'd give him that.
Yeah. And for more information, everybody can visit ProWrestlingUnplugged.com.
Yeah. Also, just a quick reminder, on Wednesday, July 26th, we're having another show at the Cardinals River Deck Bar. It's going to be me and Dr. Death Steve Williams in a steel cage versus Helter Skelter
and Z-Bar.
And Z-Bar. So it's
a
2-on-2 match in a cage.
Yeah, that's cool, tagging with Dr. Death.
Yes, it is.
How's he doing health-wise?
He's the best. What's that?
Do you know how he's doing health-wise?
Oh, he's doing much better.
Cool.
Yeah, he had a little spat with cancer, but I think he's pretty much got it under control.
Yeah. Have you ever tagged with him before?
Maybe once in ECW back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I've ran into him in Japan numerous amounts of times when I used to tag up with Scorpio and Vader.
Yeah.
I worked for Noah, Japan.
Yeah. Similar kind of styles, both you guys have, kind of power, just all-out guys.
Yeah, he's one of, I wouldn't want to be stuck in a cage with him going against him, put it that way.
Right.
I'm glad he's on my side.
You also mentioned the Dragon Gate guys are going to be on this show.
Yes, they are.
All right. Are you
It's like a new company up and coming over there in Japan.
Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of that style?
Oh yeah, I've worked Japan since the early '90s, before ECW. I used to work in New Japan. We were the Pitbulls in New Japan. Plus Wings, FMW. I mean, numerous companies in Japan.
Mm-hmm. You also have you're also, I guess, training now at the wrestling school.
Yeah, we have a Extreme Fight Club wrestling school, so XFC it's called, Extreme Fight Club School, and we're training people to be professional wrestlers, and also MMA, freestyle wrestling. Mm-hmm. Once it's legal in Pennsylvania, XFC is going to be the place to be. Oh,
they're trying to legalize it in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it hasn't been legalized yet, but they're working on it now.
Yeah. You think that's going to be the next big thing, MMA? It already is, I guess.
I think, yeah, you're right. Just like you said, I think it already is a big thing. I mean, you got really, it's brutal, pretty brutal. I mean, Pride, it's almost like Pride, but you're in a cage.
Mm-hmm. Have you done any MMA?
Back in the day. I mean, I used to live with Ken Shamrock when I used to work South Atlantic Pro Wrestling. He was called Vince Torelli at the time. He used to go to Pride, and living with him was like, getting your butt beat every day. Either you learn it or you get your ass kicked. The other.
Definitely an intense guy.
Oh yeah.
You think
most dangerous man?
Oh, definitely. You think if you were just coming into wrestling now, do you think maybe you would have went into MMA instead of wrestling? Since it's bigger now.
If I was 18 again, just starting out. Yeah, I mean, I even did a little bit of Pride stuff in the early 90s, so, and then once I did that, and New Japan saw me and my partner, and from then we just decided to jump to New Japan. A little bit, not as rough on your body as, Pride is,
Oh, yeah. In Japan, they do a lot of shows where they have, both pro wrestling and MMA on the same card. Do you think that would be good to do here, or do you think you should really keep them separate?
No, me personally, I would keep it separate because you have two different fan bases. You have the MMA base and you have your pro wrestling base. So I would think it would turn separate. I mean, then again, some MMA guys really like pro wrestling, so a lot of guys jump from back and forth,
Yeah. It is a little weird when you have both on the same card, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Well, do you have a question, Intra?
Just the first question. What was it like wrestling in front of the ECW fans?
How was it wrestling in front of ECW fans?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was the best. They're like the most hardcore fans there is in the country. I mean, I give all the props to them. I mean, I broke my neck for them people, for my fans. And I came back and still kicked Shane Douglas's ass. And I was, happily and honored to have Ravishing Rick Rude bring me back when I healed from my broken neck, as Shane Douglas did to me. So, yeah.
Do you think do you think you came back too soon from the neck injury?
Well, they gave me 6 months after my halo was removed, and I had to get back in shape. But I ended up bumping it back to 8 months just to give myself 2 extra months just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did, more or less. And I'm back now, man. But like I said, those ECW fans back in that day, they bring weapons to the ring.
Right.
Just like insane frying pans, cooking sheets. I mean, it was off the wall, man.
Are those fans still there? In Philly, do you still see the same fan base when you guys go back?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, even the new ECW when they were in Philadelphia, I mean, you could hear the chants.
Oh yeah.
No WWF fans chant from beginning of the show to the end of the show. I mean, come on. No. And they're not stupid fans. They're smart.
Right.
If they have phonies come out, they let you know that they're phony. They make sure that they know that they're phony.
Yeah.
Fool is Philadelphia fan.
So, what do you think of the new ECW on Sci-Fi Channel?
I don't really think it's ECW, to be perfectly honest with you. You got half the WWF guys in there, so to me, it's not even ECW.
Yeah, definitely.
I know they call it ECW, but I watched it, and I mean, the big show's in there, and I mean, look at the guy, 7 foot, 500 pounds. I mean, I guess they don't know what to do with them in WWF, so they throw them in ECW.
Right. Last week they kind of make it that he's representing ECW. It doesn't really make much sense.
No, I mean, pay your dues, brother. You know what I'm saying? Pay your dues, which he hasn't done.
Mm-hmm.
ECW, I mean, you got to pay your dues. I mean, we started out with 50 people at a bingo hall, and next thing you know, we're all pay-per-view.
Yeah, definitely.
We built the foundation. There's a lot of guys out there from ECW sitting home right now when they should be working. It's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Especially those who paid their dues and, and what you're supposed to do in the business. I mean, I was on the road with Ricky Steamboat and Robert Fuller and Matt Bourne, Tennessee Stud. I mean, I was in the Stud stable before ECW even existed. I mean, I was on the road wrestling in North Carolina, South Carolina, plus Japan, all over in New Zealand, Australia. I've been all over the world. I paid my dues. I worked for Vince McMahon last year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well, I was on the one night.
Oh, the one night stand, right? Did you enjoy the one night stand last year? Wish you had a bigger role.
I did I more or less did a promo for the guys the brothers who are not with us anymore. Just to respect them. Like my partner, and there's a bunch of guys that have passed away in the last couple of years. So we just wanted to make sure they got their props.
Yeah. Do you think that show came off well?
They didn't do that this year at all. I think it was disrespectful.
Did you think the one night stand, the original one, did you think it came off well?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Definitely. Why weren't you?
I think it was better last year than this year, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Were you asked to be part of the one this year?
No, I was not.
Yeah.
That's like I said after I broke my neck for that company. That's the thanks I get.
Yeah. Do you think it kind of loses something when it's not in front of the ECW crowd? Yeah, because now it's taped after SmackDown. It's not really the same. It's not the same atmosphere.
Yeah, you're not going to get the same vibe. I mean, you've seen the shows, so I really don't have to tell you about it.
Right.
Like I said, from when the first bell rings to like the last pinfall of the night, they're in it, man. They're either telling you to F you, or you suck, or ECW, or you're the man, or whatever it is. They're involved from beginning to end.
Yeah, definitely. So you guys were doing the Pitbulls gimmick before you went to ECW?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was a Pitbull since 1988.
How did you and Durante meet?
We went to school together.
Oh, cool. So you guys were friends for a long time?
Yeah, then we ended up going to the Monster Factory together in like 87, 88.
Yeah. How did you guys end up in ECW?
I happened to, at the time we were in Japan, and we came home from Japan. I had a little knee surgery I had to get done. My partner went to Germany to work. When I was healed up, he was still in Germany, and then my boy, the Sandman, and Todd Gordon actually talked to Paul Heyman, and then Paul Heyman brought me in as the Pitbull. And then once my partner got back from Germany, we tagged back up again to become the Pitbulls again.
Cool. What do you think about Todd? What was that?
No, I don't know if you guys remember, I was television champion before that.
Right.
But my partner came, we were 3-time tag team champions of the world.
Yeah.
And I mean, just ECW, I mean, we wrestled Hase and Sasaki in Japan. They were one of the best tag teams in the world. We went to New Zealand and Australia against the British Bulldogs as the Pitbulls, and that was early 90s. That was way before ECW.
You got a question, Incher?
Out of both your titles that you had in ECW, the tag titles and the television title, which one meant more to you?
The TV title meant a lot to me because I earned that on my own, and plus, on an hour show, I had 20 minutes of that show. Of me, cutting promos and my matches and stuff. So I liked that, but then when my partner came, we went back to tag team, which I was originally doing from the get-go when I started wrestling. That's when we started. I mean, British Bulldogs were like we looked up to them. Mm-hmm. That's why we called ourselves the Pitbulls. And having the tag team titles 3 times we were very honored to have that, and we were very glad that we had that.
Yeah.
We've had NWA belts, we've had a lot of belts all over the world, but those belts they meant a lot to us because we were home and they were in our hometown, and it just meant a lot because we were representing the Philly fans,
Yeah, definitely. When you guys finally, got to pay-per-view with Barely Legal, was there, part of you upset that you couldn't be able to wrestle on that show?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually ready, but at the time they had just planned to put Pitbull 2, Anthony Durante against Shane. I had if you've seen it, I had to sit in the audience. But I only took so much, then eventually, you've seen it, I jumped the guardrail and slapped Shane Douglas around a little bit. I would have loved to be in it, but it just happened to turn out that way. So. Yeah.
It was a proud moment, though, just, something you helped build, made it to pay-per-view.
Oh, absolutely. We bled our guts. We bled. I mean, I wish I had the blood that I lost all them years working there, back.
Right.
But it was all worth it to get ECW over.
You mentioned Todd Gordon. Do you think he's, not remembered well, for, as much as he should be for really helping ECW?
Oh, absolutely. He's not getting no respect at all, which is totally disrespectful to me. I mean, and everybody else. I mean, I feel Todd Gordon was the man. I mean, it was Eastern Championship Wrestling before it even was Extreme. So, who do you think did that? Todd Gordon.
Right.
He hired Paul Heyman. It wasn't like Paul Heyman hired Todd Gordon. Get the facts right. It was a. You had a show there, and you asked Paul Heyman to come in, and I guess Paul Heyman did his twist on it.
Yeah, a lot of people say, that whole mole story was really like a work, but, now they kind of played off that it was real. Do you, the mole story, that Todd Gordon was like working as a mole for WCW?
No. Yeah.
A lot of people say, that was really work at the time. but as the years went on, they tried to play it off that it was real.
I don't know. I mean, WCW, me and Anthony, my partner, Pitbull, too, we were going to sign with WCW at one time. We were going to, and then things just fell through, and we never did.
Yeah. Do you wish you had like a run there?
In what? WCW?
In WCW, yeah.
Yeah, we were going to have a great one. They were going to put us against the Steiner brothers for the Christmas pay-per-view at one time, and then things just never worked out. It would have been Pitbulls against the Steiners.
Oh, that'd be good stuff.
It would have been a great match.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Remember you guys had some tryout matches, I guess, on WWE? It was like on one of the Saturday night things?
Yeah, we had a few. We had a few of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Why didn't that work out?
Well, you know how this business is, brother. I mean, there's more cutthroats in this business than I think any other business in the world, to be perfectly honest with you.
Right.
All it takes is one person to say something bad about you, and they could be making it up, and somebody might believe it, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, the headbangers, let's be serious.
Right.
The Pitbulls, next to some of these tag teams nowadays, they can't even lace my boots, man. Been in this business more than 18 years.
Speaking of tag teams nowadays, have you seen the new Pitbulls on WWE?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Did they ask you permission or anything?
No, absolutely not. I don't even think they even considered me at all. And it's unfortunate because I was just on the One Night Stand a year ago. I was on the Rise and Fall, that CD. I'm the 8th match on that. Me and my partner get the championship belts. We beat Stevie Richards and Raven, which was ranked number 2 in the world as far as matches are concerned. The only match that beat us was Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. Ladder match.
At WrestleMania 10, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but as far as them using it, it's extremely I feel I've been disrespected. I paid my dues to the business. I mean, they could have even brought me in as a manager, and I probably would have been happy with that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, would you have done that? Would you have minded if they used the name, as long as they asked you, maybe brought you in as like their bodyguard or something?
Hey, if they would have asked me, they didn't even ask me, so I guess my opinion doesn't matter.
Do you have anything against the workers, Kid Cash and Jamie Noble?
No, because they're under contract.
Right.
Vince McMahon tells them to jump, they have to say how high.
Yeah. Do you think they really fit the gimmick? Because I think they're a really good team, but I don't... Pitbulls, you think kind of like, maybe shorter guys, but, they should be like bigger guys, I would think.
As far as that's concerned, they're junior heavyweights. Those guys are so tiny that they're not even heavyweight wrestlers.
Right.
I call them half pints. That's what I call them. They shouldn't be calling them the Pitbulls. They should be calling them the Poodles. Like that intro, huh?
Yeah, that'd be a hell of a gimmick. You got another question, Intraman?
How did you think the Forever Hardcore documentary came out?
I actually worked that. I ended up working Shane Douglas in a semi-main event match, dog collar match, where I beat him, put him through a table, and beat him. Hardcore Homecoming was pretty good because we got a couple states out of it. We did Pittsburgh, we did Cleveland, we did Philadelphia twice. At least they have the respect to bring in the guys that are from the ECW instead of trying to put, TNA guys in there when they just use ECW guys.
Right. Did you think the documentary came out well?
The Hardcore Homecoming documentary?
Yeah, Forever Hardcore.
Yeah, I think they went well. I mean, I was part of that. They gave me a chance to speak on that. And I got to call out Shane Douglas, which worked out perfect because he took the match.
Do you still have any bad blood with Shane?
No, I don't. We made amends after that last match. I gave him a brutal beating. He knows that I did. Everybody knows I did. You can see it right on tape. Even though a lot of stuff was edited out of that match, which I don't understand who edited it, but there's a lot of things in there that you didn't see in that match that if you were there live, you would have seen. And, I mean, from pillar to post, brother, I beat his ass. And he knew it.
Cool. What do you think about, like, WWE trying to stop, places from using, like, the word extreme?
I think that's stupid because nowadays everything's extreme. If you think about it, everything's extreme. I mean, where they're wrong. There's extreme sports. There's everything.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you don't think they'd be able to own the whole word?
I mean, I don't know why Vince is. I mean, he owns the WWE. I mean, come on, man. I mean, what's the big deal?
Right. Do you think it could probably? I would think it would actually help WWE. You know, if there's like some hardcore wrestling, you know, bring some interest into it, and people would start buying the ECW pay-per-views and the DVDs and everything.
Yeah, well,
I don't see how it hurts.
What you get to do is you get to grab a different fan base. You know, the hardcore people. I mean, a lot of hardcore people, you know, they don't go to WWF shows or WWE shows. I mean, you know, they'd rather see an ECW, but they want to see blood. They want to see tables broke. They want to see people getting hit by chairs. I mean, they don't want a toned-down version of it. That's what I see on TV, a toned-down version.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You think? What do you think of some of like the sci-fi? I guess they're gonna have to bring in some sci-fi angles. Because the vampires and they had the zombie on the first show.
Yeah. I mean, I was embarrassed watching that. But I was.
Yeah. You said you didn't think the second pay-per-view was as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it did you think it wasn't as good as the first one?
It wasn't ECW.
And too many like WWE guys.
Yeah. I mean, the first pay-per-view we did, the WWE guys sat up in the stands watching, in awe. They didn't know what to say. They never seen guys work their asses off that hard. You know, they're used to, you know, going out there doing a 3-minute match, barely breaking a sweat. When we're in there busting tables, busting chairs, and busting our heads open and bleeding, you know, to give the fans their money's worth.
Yeah, you could see JBL going crazy during the massage.
And if they had them up there and they were recording everything those guys were saying, they could have put out another DVD just with that. These guys' jaws were on the ground. They didn't know what to say. Even Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he tried to go and he wanted to be a part of ECW at one time and then didn't want to do it. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to do it? Come on.
Right.
I mean, I give the guy all the props in the world. He's a gold medalist. I take nothing from him.
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
he's a shoot. I mean, he's the real deal. I give him all the props in the world. But, I mean, you're not hardcore.
Yeah.
You know?
Everyone.
I'll wear my chain around my fist and punch you in the face. All that Greco-Roman wrestling don't mean crap.
Well, what do you think of, you know, everybody's trying to really run the old ECW arena. I guess even TNA had a show there. What do you think about TNA running the ECW arena?
It's just, I don't know. I don't know why everybody's doing it. I guess it's a monumental place. You know, it's solidified as the hardcore arena, really. You know, now that it's called the New Alhambra anyway, it's still the old ECW. I mean, but if you're going to say I'm giving you an ECW, then give them ECW. Don't give them WWE.
Yeah.
Or TNA, you know? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Have you had any talks coming into TNA?
I worked for them back in the day when they were really running most of their TV out of Tennessee. And to be perfectly honest with you, I wasn't really interested.
Yeah.
I'd rather work for WWE, to be honest with you.
You think it's weird that, you know, both WWE and TNA are kind of they're kind of really using ECW to you know, to make money, and you know, both shows really bring it up a lot. You know, both shows have some old ECW guys on them.
Yeah, they're more or less it's, you know, what's wrong with their product? Their product can't fill the building. They have to call it ECW. It doesn't make any sense. Or Hardcore Homecoming. I mean, come on. That just goes to show you how over the hardcore wrestlers really were.
Oh, definitely. What do you think about, you know, ECW that makes people still remember it so fondly?
Because we let the fans come in and be involved. I mean, at one time, I don't know if you guys remember, but we used to let the fans bring weapons into the building.
Oh, yeah.
So the wrestlers could use it. Mm-hmm. You know? I mean, they totally disrespected me, Vince McMahon and ECW, WWE. I mean, I'm literally 5 minutes from that building. and I don't get a call to work there for that one night.
Right.
I mean, come on, let's get with the program, you know.
Yeah, definitely. What other guys do you think kind of overlooked, you know, that used to be in ECW? You really don't hear a lot about anymore.
Well, they're using Sandman. I just don't think they're using them the right way. I think they can make a ton of money if they did it the right way, but obviously they're not doing it that way. Just like me, myself, the Pitbull, I mean, you know as well as I do, a Pitbull is a great marketing device. I mean, you got any city, any major city you go into, anywhere in the country, you see kids on the corner with a Pitbull. I mean, come on.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is. It's a marketing. I mean, if you're a marketer and you do that to make money, I mean, come on. It's like you know, The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. I mean, if you market them right, you'll make a ton of money. And that's the whole idea.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You mentioned earlier that you were trained in the Monster Factory.
Yeah, that's correct. Larry Sharp, Pretty Boy Larry Sharp trained me in 1987 and 88.
Yeah, I think you used some of like stuff that different techniques that he used to train guys in your Extreme Fight Club.
Oh yeah, I try to use almost the same. See, at the Extreme Fight Club, we do a circle of pain. It's called, where we actually train with calisthenics, stretching, and we do that before the guys even get in the ring and work out. Because the object is to make sure our guys are in shape. Mm-hmm. Where most people that have schools, they don't do that at all. And it's a shame, because part of the business is being in shape. You know, nowadays you look at some of these guys and some of them don't even look like they go to the gym, bro, and it's a disgrace.
Right. What are you looking for in like a trainee?
Well, I usually give them a 3-bump tryout, and if they could do the tryout well, and I put them through the circle of pain and see how their conditioning is, and I evaluate both things and see whether or not I can train them or not. I mean, I have a lot of guys I've trained that are well known, like the Wife Beater, like the Backseat Boys, C.J. O'Doyle, Trent Acid, Johnny Cashmere. I mean, there's a lot of guys I trained that have become very successful.
Yeah, a lot of guys went on to CCW, I guess.
Yeah, they were there for a while. Now they're in PWU.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about CCW?
Combat Zone? I think that's a glorified stunt show. You need no skills to pick up a light bulb and bust it over somebody's head.
Right, or the weed whacker.
It's not wrestling; it's a stunt show.
Mm-hmm. You think they took I guess the hardcore, the extreme style too far? Do you think?
Well, they don't know how to wrestle, so what other thing can they do?
Right.
Think about it. You know, I mean, Zandig, the one who runs the Combat Zone, he lasted 1 week in Larry Sharp's Monster Factory. What does that tell you?
Right. Speaking of like wrestling schools, what did you think of the whole Tough Enough idea?
Oh, it was good. I mean, I wish they would have did it when I was 18, because I would have flew right through that sucker, and I would have had a contract with Vince McMahon in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy the show? I liked it better when it was was on TV before they now they just kind of show the skits on SmackDown. But I liked it when they actually showed the training and stuff. Yeah, like
I said, those guys are lucky the Pitbull wasn't there, because if the Pitbull was there, them guys would have been hurting 10 times more than they were hurting. And that's a fact.
Yeah. Some people say like it's kind of like taking the easy route or into wrestling, but like you said, if you were 18, you would have done the same thing. You do anything you can to get into wrestling.
And like I said, I would have been very successful.
Mm-hmm. You think they picked the right guys to train some of the people there?
Yeah, absolutely. Taz has good suplexing techniques, and I think Al Snow was part of that as well. He's a good wrestler. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think pretty much a lot of the guys that were involved in that should have been. I mean, I don't have no problem with that.
Yeah. Do you have any problems with Paul Heyman? Some of the guys who used to work for him do.
I have no heat. I have no heat with anybody, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I haven't burnt any bridges anywhere. That's that's why it just boggles my mind that, I mean, I'm on the ECW One Night Stand one year, and then the next year they're putting two guys together and calling them the Pitbulls. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you there. You got another question there, Incher?
I mean, I'm wondering if the guys that work for that company, do they even watch their DVDs? I mean, do they even know? You know, I mean, I'm on the Rise and Fall. I'm on the most bloodiest sports. I mean, the bloodiest matches. You could see on my extras, it says it right there in bold letters, Pitbulls. I mean, any moron could understand that. So I don't understand what's going on over there.
Yeah.
I think there's somebody's not doing their homework. Put it that way.
Right. We mentioned earlier about the big Pro Wrestling Unplugged show coming up this Saturday. Anything you want to tell people again? You know, why they should come and check it out?
I think you guys should definitely come and check it out. It's going to be, like I said, it's East meets West. I mean, you got Japanese coming in from Japan. You got Too Cold Scorpio there. Me, as far as the Pitbull, I'll be wrestling Z-Bar, which he's up for a rude awakening. It's going to be one rude night for him. There's a lot of guys on there. It should be a really good show.
Yeah.
Very, like Trent Acid, you got Devin Moore. Plus a lot of the guys that are training right now at the XFC that are all going to be on the show.
Mm. Yeah, I haven't seen Too Cold Scorpio wrestle in the States for a while.
Yeah, he wrestled last month against Trent Ass and actually won the heavyweight strap. So it was an unbelievable match. And my boy Too Cold only had his one leg was hurt, his one foot was hurt, and he still worked like unbelievable.
Yeah, that should have been a really good match because I'm a big fan of Trent Acid too.
Yeah, good worker.
Yeah. You surprised he hasn't, gone to WWE or TNA or anything?
Nah, I know he did a couple dark matches here and there, but I don't think anything's ever came to.
Yeah. Do you think he's like an underrated guy? Cause
absolutely, there's a ton of guys out there that are probably should be working there, but are sitting home. I'm sure there is.
Where would you like to see Pro Wrestling Unplugged be, in the next couple of years? Would you like to see him on TV, DVDs, pay-per-view?
Well, we're already doing we're already doing the internet, and it would be great to have a little TV show. I mean, we're not looking to go against Vince McMahon or nothing. It's just we just want to bring back the hardcore, the real hardcore stuff, you know.
Yeah. You think
we're bringing in Dr. Death, Steve Williams. What is that?
Oh, that's big time. I was a big fan of Dr. Death. Him and Gordy, one of the best teams ever.
Yeah, they're great guys. I mean, Gordon was a great guy, too, you know. So I think of it as a privilege to tag up with them.
Oh, yeah.
Punish these guys. And plus, they can't run anywhere because we're going to be in a steel cage.
All right.
So good luck to them if you're listening, guys. Take out your insurance policies now.
And that's next Wednesday.
Yeah, that'll be Wednesday on July 26th at the River Deck.
Right. We'll put a link up on our website for ProWrestlingUnplugged.com. If anyone wants to check it out.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Anything you want to tell your fans before I let you go?
I want all the Pitbull fans to not worry. The real Pitbull is still here. The phonies will not be around much longer. That's all I got to say. I mean, I'm the original Mac Daddy, brother. I mean, I got the chain, I got the spikes, and I'm not no junior heavyweight, okay?
Definitely not.
No, I'm the real deal. So, I mean, the fans out there today, I mean, if you know they're phony, speak out. Let them know. You know, that's all I could say. I mean, they're the ones that are supposed to be entertaining you.
Right.
You're paying a ticket, and you're thinking you're getting the Pitbulls, but you're not getting the Pitbulls. You're getting Kid Cash and Jeremy Noble, or something like that his name is.
Jeremy Noble, yeah.
And that's not the Pitbulls. I mean, you, me, everybody knows who the Pitbulls are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they even have them, dressing up. They got the dog collars and the chain, and to me, it just doesn't really match the wrestlers.
Well, my dog has a thicker chain than they wear. Okay? I have a little pit. He's 50 pounds. I mean, come on. My chain is 4 times the size of theirs. But that's what you get when you got it imposters.
Right.
People who are not the real deal.
All right, man. We really thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. Everybody check out ProWrestlingUnplugged.com.
Thank you.
I believe there's a link for the Extreme Fight Club on that website as well.
Yeah, there should be for the school. So if you guys got the balls, you want to come out, do a tryout, you're more than welcome. I mean, you're going to be training with a legend, you know, and I've been all over the world, man. I've wrestled in every company, in every city. I've had the tag team belts in Australia. I mean, we've been all over the place, man.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, this is Stevie Richards, and you're listening to InYourHeadWrestling.com.